Need to find a proper space that is quiet. Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. So in today's video journal, I want to share with you about a movie. Not necessarily the whole movie, but a scene in a movie that I really enjoy watching. I've been watching this maybe for 3 to 4 times. So the movie is a Bollywood movie entitled Dear Zindagi. And the actor that starred in the movie is Shah Rukh Khan. Yay! Anyway, why is with the yay? But anyway, just a brief overview on what the movie is. It's about a girl who has struggles in securing a relationship, and she also has been relocated. Her job is been relocated to her hometown, and because of these things that's happening to her at the same time, somehow she faced difficulties in sleeping, and she started to develop the symptoms of losing motivations and have no interest in doing things. And because of this, she decided to seek for help. There's actually a lot of scenes that are, I would say, very insightful. And for now, I'm just gonna share this one scene. So this scene is when the girl was having an actual session, therapy session with Shah Rukh Khan or Jag. And she was asking Jag, like, why can't she secure a relationship? It's more like asking, how do I find a partner? How do I find the right person for me? Something like that. And then she was sharing lah how it was a struggle for her to secure relationship, how she's been to multiple relationship. Did I just say la just now? Anyway, so because of this, she asked Jag about it, and Jag shared with her an analogy in which I think it is very interesting. And this analogy, I think, is not just for finding the right partner, so I will share with you more later on. So the analogy goes like this. Jag was asking the girl, like, have you ever bought a chair before? And she said, yeah, of course, I have bought a chair. And Jag asked, so did you buy the first chair that you see, or how is it that you decide to buy the chair? And the girl was like finding the chair that suits her taste, and whether it's comfortable or not, whether it suits with the space that she wants to buy the chair for, and yada yada. So Jag used that example and saying that you know, like, because in the therapy room there's multiple chairs in his room, so he was like saying, like, sitting from one chair to another, and said that sometimes for chair A, for example, you find it nice looking, but it's not comfortable, so you move on to chair B. And chair B, you feel like, oh, it is comfortable, but it's not really pleasantly looking, so you move on to the next chair, and go on and so on and so on until you find the right chair to buy. So he said, like, that is how it is with finding the right partner. It's like from one person to another. Of course, as you go through, ideally, I would say everyone wants to, you know, like, find the right person and don't have to go through the whole process of choosing multiple times. And I think what he wants to convey with that analogy is that to find the right person is also about finding the person who is compatible to you, and you won't know that whether that person is compatible to you unless you be with that person or interact with that person. So yeah, it's a process, as how Jag would put it. It's a process of finding the right person, and it's not about failing, or, you know, like, oh, because that person with person A is not working out, and it means you're a failure and you don't have a chance in another relationship, so something like that. So anyway, my reflection would be, of course, I agree in regards to the partner, like finding a partner and such, but I think this analogy can also be put in the perspective of life as a whole. And I think when it comes to life as human beings, of course, we do face things that can be quite overwhelming or can be stressful for some of us. And there are some situation that we need to make decision, that we need to make change, that we need to cooperate, that we need to tolerate. And when it comes to solution or finding ways to cope or to do things, I think in this life there's no such thing as one size fits all, because we are all unique individuals and we have our own perspective and preference in doing things, in seeing things. So I feel like it's the same as buying the chair. How we see our life, how we deal with our life, how we cope, how we find the solutions to anything in this life, it will be a process. Sometimes solution A or coping A is not working, and then we move on to the next one, the next one. And how I see with the analogy is that, of course, when you buy chairs, there will be like the risk of, not really a risk, but something that you have to work on, like money. You need to pay for the chair, and if the chair, you don't find it comfortable anymore, or as you put it in, as you bought it and then you put it in your living room, for example, and you realize that, oh, actually it's not suitable for a living room, and you have to make the changes, you may need to return it, or you just actually risk of losing your money. So I think that is how as well with life. There are some decisions or things that we do, that we made, there might be the counterpart of it. Sometimes we have to sacrifice our emotions, sometimes we have to sacrifice the things that we love, sometimes we have to sacrifice our own feelings, and to just go out of that comfort zone and to be in the state of discomfort sometimes, to really achieve something that we want to achieve in this life. And yeah, I see that the analogy of the chair is, I can relate it in such way. And I really love how the movie is bringing a perspective on, for you to see things in a different manner. Instead of just focusing too much on the negative things, you try to see it on the other way around, things that you can achieve, things that you can do, things that is doable for you. So yeah, so those are some of the reflections that I want to share with you based on this movie. I would highly recommend for those who just want to have an overview on how therapy may be. And I know different movies may portray it differently, but for me, I'm not going to talk about the ethical parts or anything, but I'm just going to share how it is in a therapy session, when you're doing a session with your therapist, with your psychologist, and how the psychologist help you to see things differently, help to guide you in making the change that you want to make in your life, or maybe you need to make in your life. So yeah, some reflections. Please watch the movie whenever you have time. I know it's in Netflix as well, if you are subscribed to Netflix. And I hope this video is beneficial for you. Do let me know if you have watched the movie, and perhaps you have some things you want to share, something that you have learned through the movie. So then I'll see you again in the next video log. Bye!